everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Backstage Pass. So now that we've finished Adam's route, we're going to be starting with John's. So I'm going to start right from the beginning with the very first option that we can choose for him, which is to accept his offer to drive us home. Now, I know we've already seen this one, but I wanted to go through it again because we haven't seen it for a long time, so might as well. I really don't want to accept anything from John, but practicality wins out. The sooner I get back, the sooner I can sleep. Fine, why not? Let's go.
Well then, let's get you back, shall we?
The ride feels uncomfortably quiet.
I hope work went well for you today. Don't be shy.
Are you trying to aggravate me?
No.
He responds placidly. You know, I'm not good with people like you are. I get scared when there are too many people around.
If you think I'm good with people, I must be a better actor than I thought.
You're not scared when you film, are you?
I'm terrified.
He almost looks hurt that I suggest anything else.
Acting is about being vulnerable, about showing the most raw parts of yourself and hoping that people don't walk all over it. When I was first cast as Knight, I was certain that everyone would hate my performance. At that point in time, I was entirely unheard of. I spent hours pacing back and forth in my tiny flat, wondering if I even should have accepted the role in the first place. It was the chance to finally be known. All ruined my career entirely.
But I thought everyone loved you as Knight.
Everyone but me. Every time I watch it, I see things that make me cringe. There's a lot I would do differently now. Still, there's no sense in dwelling on the past. Onward and upward.
I'm sure you did great.
You haven't seen it.
I'm afraid not. Sorry.
No need to apologize. It's not a requirement to know me. I don't think it aired outside of the UK anyway.
I've seen DVDs on sale around here. I'd like to check it out.
Don't bother unless you like fantasy and Brits. You don't have to watch it on my account.
You sound like you don't want me to see it.
The character Knight is such a legendary hero, I'm rather eclipsed by him. I suppose that I'm trying to escape from him. But after 3 seasons, it's difficult to get audiences to see me as anyone else.
His eyes grow distant, and for a moment I see a hint of disappointment on his face.
But the truth is, if I can't escape the image of a single character, then I'm not a good enough actor.
Aw.
But that's neither here nor there. This is your university, yes?
Yeah, this is it. Thanks. I head straight to bed as soon as I get back to my dorm. Today was much more exhausting than I expected. The added surprise of seeing John was especially exhausting. He doesn't seem that mad at me, but I still get the feeling that he looks down on me. Ugh, I just want to forget about him. Thankfully, it's Friday night, so I get the luxury of sleeping in for once. I turn my alarm clock off, pull the covers over my head, and fall asleep within a few minutes. And we've seen all of this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip up. Okay, so, it's Halloween, and we are going to go to the cast and crew Halloween party. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start this cutscene. It would be fun to hang out with the crew off the clock. The atmosphere is always so serious at work. I'd like to relax with them for a bit. And we're gonna wear the Renaissance dress. Ooh, she looks pretty. I love it. The energy in the hotel feels more excited than usual. I guess things are different when there's a big party going on. A small sign in the lobby informs me that the private party is taking place in the dining room. The hotel dining room is already filled with the cast and crew members. Everyone I see is a familiar coworker, so I have no trouble navigating through the crowd. Even with all the costumes on, it's pretty easy to tell which people are crew and which are cast. Crew members wear simple costumes, and many appear to be gags of some sort. A cameraman dressed as a hot dog is throwing back drinks with a grip dressed as a pirate with CDs glued to his shirt. Aha, software pirate. Amusing. The actors, on the other hand, are dressed in extravagant costumes tailor-made to fit. Most have chosen exotic or otherworldly creatures, mermaids, vampires, and fairies. A flash of light catches my eye. Near the buffet table, I see a full suit of armor glint under the orange lights. Looks like John came dressed as Knight. I should probably say hi to him. I weave my way through the crowd toward him, but my path is suddenly cut off by someone dressed in a tattered cloak draped in bandages. The figure's face is covered by a mask shaped like a skull with deep scars carved into it. A bandaged hand shoots out from underneath the stained cloak and wraps smoothly around my waist. The dark figure pulls me closer, and my heart begins beating wildly in my chest as my face draws nearer to the twisted mask. I feel my breath pick up, but this doesn't feel like a panic attack. I think I'm excited. Lloyd? A deep voice rumbles from underneath the mask.
Guess again.
My face flushes a deep red, and I feel myself trembling as I stare into the mask's eyes. Beyond the scarlet lenses, I see a familiar glint. John? John lifts his mask, and even though his expression is mild, I can see a hint of mischief glow in his eyes.
Good job, little wizard. You are cunning indeed.
John, are you trying to kill Sean or something?
Over my shoulder, I hear Lloyd snap at John in a tone that seems reserved for naughty children and misbehaving puppies. John releases me, and my legs nearly crumple beneath my weight.
It just seemed appropriate. No harm done, right?
He winks at me, and my pulse quickens again. Well, you did scare me a little, or a lot. He stares at me thoughtfully, then bows his head.
My apologies, little wizard. My move was meant only in jest.
Lloyd walks up to John, and for the first time I see that he's the one I saw earlier clad in knight's full regalia. I probably should have guessed that. John wouldn't put on that armor again unless he had to, but Lloyd probably thinks dressing up this way is hilarious. Lloyd throws an arm over John's shoulder with a metallic clink.
You should at least tell her what you're dressed as.
You're the Mask of the Red Death. It's from that short story. Both men freeze and stare at me curiously. The one where the prince tries to escape the plague of Red Death by holing himself in an abbey and having a costume party while all his subjects outside die. One of the partygoers wears a mask that looks like a Red Death victim, but when he's confronted about it, it's discovered that there's no one underneath the mask. Everyone at the party dies from the disease in the end. Lloyd and John continue to stare. What? I read things. Lloyd cracks a smile first. He claps me on the back, clinking a bit in his armor each time.
Why are you so amazing?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Lloyd and I had a wager going over who would figure out my costume first.
Lloyd leans in and fakes a whisper.
I bet on you.
I turn to John. Who did you bet on?
Well, that's a secret now, isn't it?
I look at Lloyd questioningly, but he shakes his head.
Sorry, no spoilers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must mingle. My people need me.
Lloyd bounces away, his armor clinking with every step he takes. Seems like it might be hard to sneak up on someone while wearing that.
That's not the worst of it. Wearing that was probably the hardest part of the job. We filmed a winter scene on an indoor stage in the middle of summer. I had to sit there sweating in that tin can surrounded by a pile of potato flakes meant to be snow. By the time it was over, I think I was roasted enough to be a perfect side to the potatoes. The viewers were all deeply impressed by how tortured I looked. I don't have the heart to say it wasn't acting.
A lively orchestral piece begins to play from a set of nearby speakers, and John immediately perks up.
Ah, now here's a melody I can appreciate.
He bows and extends a hand to me.
As you seem appropriately dressed for the occasion, might I have the honor of a dance with you?
Oh, but isn't this music... I don't know how to waltz. John takes my hand and smiles.
You're a clever girl. You'll learn it quickly.
Ooh. He pulls me gently towards him and takes a step forward. I actually learned how to do the waltz, so I know what this is all about.
Have you ever done a foxtrot?
Once, for a play.
It's the same step, just different timing. After me.
I follow John's movements as he guides me carefully. The steps become more familiar with each beat.
There you go. I knew you'd pick us up.
We glide across the floor smoothly to the sound of the music, moving perfectly in sync with each other. For the first time, John and I seem to be in agreement. John actually looks pleased.
Are you feeling adventurous?
John moves his hand up my back slowly.
Don't let go of my hand.
He moves forward and lowers me into a dip. We hold the pose for a second before he lifts me up.
Beautiful.
The music slows to a stop and John releases me from his hold.
Thank you for the dance, Miss Gooden. I leave you to enjoy the rest of the night however you see fit.
Same to you. John and I part ways, and I make my way through the crowd.
Hey there, girlie.
Oh, Rachel. I didn't see you there.
Is something wrong? You look a little out of it. Don't tell me Mr. English accent over there swept you off your feet with that waltz.
Are you teasing me?
You know I love you, but seriously, what's up?
John said he and Lloyd made a bet, and Lloyd bet on me, but John won't say who he bet on. I know I shouldn't be so hung up on their own personal matters, but I'm really curious.
Oh, those bets? It's a joke.
What?
Well, I've heard them once. They've got some sort of inside joke where both of them bet on the same thing. I guess the joke is that nobody loses money that way. If Lloyd says that he bet on you, then John bet on you too.
Oh.
You're welcome.
I feel a small blush creeping into my cheeks. Rachel takes pity on me and immediately changes the subject.
Hey, I was about to join some of the guys in the back for a round of poker. Want them to deal you in? Buy-in is 2 cookies from the dessert table.
I think I can afford that. I spend the rest of the night playing poker with Rachel and a few other crew members. I didn't win, but the 2-cookie loss is acceptable. I liked this one, like, a lot. I really love John. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.